Well, to Irina Kolodenko and everybody else out there celebrating their birthdays, this, I think, will be a very special dedication to you. In fact, if you're holding your cup of coffee right now, sit down, find yourself a nice, neat space to be calm in, because this man is about to blow you away right now. Roan Ash, about to perform If I Ever Saw Heaven.
You're the kind of trouble that I can get into. You're the kind of battle that I'll be willing to lose. You're the winter fires and you're burning right through. I've been losing my mind over you. You're the kind of weakness hiding under my skin like holy water that I can get baptized in, and like a church choir singing how amazing the grace. Honey, you've been restoring my faith. And if I ever saw heaven, it'll look like you. Won't ever stop trying, only give you the truth. 'Cause I'm one step closer to making my move. If I ever saw heaven, it'll look like you. Ooh, 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 ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. You're the kind of story that I am burning to tell, the kind of treasure that you pray for it, wishing well and singing hallelujah. To the river I'll go, honey, you'll be my light at the end of the road. If I ever saw heaven, it'll look like you. Won't never stop trying, only give you the truth. 'Cause I'm one step closer to making my move. If I ever saw heaven, it'll look like you. Ooh, 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 ooh. Ooh, 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 ooh. And if I ever saw heaven, and if I ever saw heaven, it'll look like you. Won't ever stop trying, only give you the truth. 'Cause I'm one step closer to making my move. If I ever saw heaven, it'll look like you. Mm-hmm. Well, it'll look like you.
Come on, man. Wow, dude, that is absolutely amazing, dude.
Appreciate it.
So where can we find all of this music that you're producing and writing so beautifully, dude?
Well, it's available on all the social media platforms. So from iTunes, Spotify, Apple Music.
Yeah.
And then also in all music stores.
Excellent. So you've got a full album out.
Yeah. Well, it's actually a 7-track EP. It's got 7 songs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If I Ever Saw Heaven is on there. Whiskey to My Soul is the title track of the album. So.
Yeah, man. And if you look at the compilation of the songs that are there, were they just all individually picked because of the songs that they are, or is there kind of a stream of consciousness that goes into putting those songs together because they relate to a certain part of your life? And tell me about that.
I'd say each song has a bit of its own identity.
Yeah.
So inspiration comes from any place. You can get inspiration out of just like talking to a friend, or just strumming a couple of chords, or you can, and most of the songs is like inspired by a personal journey or journey of a friend. And each song has its story.
Beautiful stuff. So. Where can we follow you on social media? Because we want to click like and follow and all of that.
Yes, please go and like my page. It's Roan Ash. Roan Ash Music on Facebook, and on Twitter and Instagram is Roan, R-O-A-N _Ash.
Excellent stuff,
Yes.
man. Can't wait to see where your journey takes you, because
Thanks so much,
we've
man.
enjoyed this Tuesday morning. If that's anything to go by, my word, 2018 is going to be absolutely massive. Also, remember to join us just after 9 o'clock live on our Facebook page for another performance by Roan Ash. Thank you, dude.
Thanks, man.
So good.
In the national news this morning, in a last-ditch attempt to broker a settlement on the national bus strike, union and employer negotiators will meet with Labour Minister Mildred Willifant at a hotel near OR Tambo Airport in Johannesburg today at noon. Now, with pay and benefit talks still deadlocked, it was agreed yesterday to call for the intervention of the minister. The 5 unions involved appear to have been unanimous in agreeing to the ministerial intervention. The employers wanted a multi-year deal and have upped their offer to 8.5% for the first year and 8% for the second. The unions have compromised on the 2 years but are holding out on 9.5% in year 1, followed by 9%. Former American President Barack Obama will be the guest speaker at this year's Nelson Mandela Annual Lecture. Nelson Mandela would have turned 100 years old on the 18th of July. The keynote speaker for this year's celebration was announced earlier yesterday. To honor the centennial of Madiba's birth, the lecture theme will be renewing the Mandela legacy and promoting active citizenship in a changing world. Now, the lecture will take place on the 17th of July, a day before Nelson Mandela International Day, and will be held at the Ellis Park Arena in Johannesburg. Now, moving further abroad, Roger Federer on a visit to Zambia has been presented with the country's, by the country's president with a tennis racket, which the Swiss tennis champion then signed at President Edgar Lunga's request. He arrived in the capital Lusaka yesterday as part of a tour for his charity. Affectionately known as the Fed, he said that he has a heart for Africa, with his mom being South African, born in Benoni. His foundation promotes education and has been working on projects in Africa for the past 11 years. It's not clear if the president plays tennis, but State House does have a tennis court. And then finally, Kate, wife of Prince William, gave birth to a bouncing baby boy yesterday, the couple's 3rd child, who is 5th in line to the British throne. The birth was announced by town crier Tony Appleton on the front steps of the hospital. The boy, weighing 3.8 kilograms, was born at 11:01 a.m. Kate, who is 36 years old, was admitted early yesterday to the private Linda wing of St Mary's Hospital in central London, where 4-year-old George and 2-year-old Charlotte were also born. Bookmakers have said that Arthur, Albert, Frederick, James and Philip are their favourites for the young prince's name. Well, that was your 8 o'clock news update. Here's a final look at what's happening in the world of sport with Kat.
And in the sporting headlines this morning, Cricket South Africa released the Proteas home fixtures for the 2018-19 season, which sees them taking on Zimbabwe, Pakistan and Sri Lanka. Up first, the Proteas face Zimbabwe in 3 ODIs and 3 T20s from the 30th of September before going up against Pakistan in December. The season will then end off against Sri Lanka with 2 tests, 5 ODIs and 3 T20s from the 13th of Feb until the 24th of March. In soccer news, following this weekend's Nedbank Cup action, the PSL returns tonight with 3 games on offer. In a battle at the bottom of the log, Ajax Cape Town take on Baroka FC. Ajax are currently 2nd last on the table with 28 points, while Baroka are up in 9th with 33 points. Also in action tonight, Bloem Celtic face off with Chippa United, while Golden Arrows battle Kaizer Chiefs, and all 3 of these games will kick off at 7:30. Meanwhile, Kaizer Chiefs have confirmed that assistant coach Patrick Mabedi will take charge of the side for their remaining 3 PSL games this season. Mabedi takes over as head coach following Steve Kompella's resignation after his side's 2-0 loss to Free State Stars in the Nedbank Cup on Saturday. Mabedi, a former Kaizer Chiefs player, has served as assistant coach from the start of the season. And finally, Newcastle United's fine run in the Premier League came to an end last night as they lost to Everton by 1-0. Winger Theo Walcott found the back of the net to seal all 3 points for the Toffees, while also putting an end to Newcastle's 4-game winning streak. In the Champions League, the battle of the final 4 gets underway tonight as Liverpool host Roma, and kickoff is at 8:45 South African time. And that's just all the sports news we have for you for today.
Well, let's take one final look at the roads. The nationwide bus strike is expected to continue today, with further delays in the Western Cape caused by the rain and potential flooding. Now, looking at your roads in Gauteng and Buccleuch, there's been an accident on the M1 southbound, and it's at the Buccleuch interchange. It's blocking that left lane, so please proceed with caution. And then in the Western Cape, in Kuils River, traffic's currently congested on the R300 highway. That's between Hindle Road in Blue Downs and Strand Road. And that's where we leave your traffic on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Cirrus Water, the future of sustainable water.
Thank you so much, Zoe. It's just after 8 o'clock. Let's quickly get a last look at your weather and your temperatures. And it looks like warm temperatures for most parts of the country for your Tuesday. But in the garden route towards Cape Town, you can expect cooler temperatures and also some scattered showers expected for the mother city today. Your temperatures, Polokwane is starting off on 12 minimum with a maximum of 29 degrees. Mbombela 14 and a nice and hot one, 32. Pretoria 12.28. Johannesburg 11.26. Maikeng 11 minimum with a maximum 30. Klerksdorp 9 minimum with a maximum 29 degrees. Kimberley 13.29. Bloemfontein 8 minimum and a maximum 26 degrees. Richards Bay 20 and very hot later on today, 35 degrees. Pietermaritzburg 13.31. Durban 20 and a high of 28. Mthatha 16.24. East London 16.23. Cradock starting off on 8 minimum, warming up to 29 degrees. Port Elizabeth 12 minimum with a maximum 21. George 11 and 19. Sutherland 8.16. Cape Town 11 with a maximum 19. Worcester 8.20. Springbok 10.22. And Uppington 15 with a maximum 30. That's a wrap of your weather and your temperatures on your Tuesday morning.
Time to catch up with social media. Roan Ash has been blowing our minds ever since he dropped this latest single, If I Ever Saw Heaven. We want to know, what do you think of this rising talent? Kicking us off, Annalise says, got a strong voice. Kamakheto says, 10 out of 10. I love the song. He is amazing. Irene de Beer says, a baie groot 8 uit 10. Kevin says, very cool stuff. Leona, love, love, love. Sucre says, I'm definitely following him to his next performance. Good music. And then Brendan says, wow, a very nice voice. Wish I could listen to it all day. You can, actually. Joanna says, got a strong voice and enjoyed his performance. And then, of course, Jenny says, stunning. What a voice. Can serenade me anytime. Hello. Well, definitely Roan Ash making waves on Expresso Show. Definitely download his music. Here's one to watch.
Well, here's a question for you. Are you a lover of all things cake? Well, do you envision yourself eating that cake along the streets of the city that never sleeps? Well, then this one is certainly for you, so pay attention.
Absolutely. SA's #1 cream cheese Lancewood is on the hunt for the nation's #1 cake. Yes, that's right. And it's all happening right here in our kitchen. So what you can win, I hear you say. Yes, that's what you're asking. What can we win? All right, let me tell you what you can win. Besides bragging rights, of course, you stand a chance to win an all-expenses-paid trip to New York City to the value of 150,000 rand.
Take
that price. Take it in, man.
Yeah. So all you have to do to enter is visit lancewoodcakeoff.co.za. I'm going to say that again because you need to hear.
Do it again. Let me hear.
lancewoodcakeoff.co.za. Once you're there, you upload a picture of your finest cake craft made with one of the many Lancewood products that are available and include that product in your snap, right? Then viewers will get a chance to weigh in by voting for their favorite on the Lancewood Cake Off website, whittling the selection down to a top 3. Those are going to be our finalists.
Yes. Now, here's the thing. We've got the help from culinary heavyweights Zola Nene, Lorna Maseko, and Mikasa's Jay Something to mentor and judge the final 3 in a live cake-off on Expresso. Now, it is set to be a humdinger, as they say. We can use that term. Now, the competition closes on the 20th of May. The 20th of May. So be sure to get your entries in right now. Terms and conditions apply, and they can be found on expressoshow.com for all of the details.
Well, we are taking a quick break. Princess just took out these fresh muffins from the oven. Oh, it smells amazing. I'm going to grab one, but we're going to be back after the break. We'll bring you a tech roundup, how's this contact lenses that darkens, and Brett Colopy goes and explores to find out what it means to be a geocacher. So don't go anywhere. We'll see you after the break.
What I'm looking for in a top TV presenter is someone with charm and charisma, someone who walks into the room and commands everybody's attention, that they know this is someone with a strong presence and appeal, and they're attracted towards them. As a TV presenter in 2018, you need to be able to manage your own brand. It's important to be able to build your brand and to build a brand which people find authentic and a brand which people trust. They want to believe in you. They want to know that you're a friend, that you're somebody they can like, trust, and depend upon. You're not just a brand ambassador for the shows. You're a brand ambassador for SABC3 so that we grow together. When you come onto one of our shows as a presenter, we train you as a TV presenter. We train you as a brand ambassador. We teach you what it takes to be a presenter and to be a well-loved presenter. And in the beginning, I'll do a lot of editing. I'll make sure that you always appear on TV in the best possible light. But you can't leave it to me in editing. There has to be a point where that presenter is so talented and so spontaneous that they can do it live, they can do it on their own, they can do it without editing. They can be this charming, charismatic personality who people warm to and love.
Presenter Search on 3, proudly brought to you by Capitec and McCafe.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. You're tuning to your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso, right here on SABC3. Lekker to be hanging out with you, fresh on your Tuesday. Let's get a quick update, a tech update as to what's happening in the world, dude.
Yes, Tuesday tech news. Now, last week, the US Food and Drug Administration, or the FDA, approved the world's first contact lenses that are able to darken as you go into sunlight, much like the light adaptive glasses that people wear today. Now, up till now, people who wear contact lenses would still have to wear sunglasses when they are exposed to bright sunlight. But now, this new product will be of interest to those who can't stand wearing glasses in general. So the lenses have taken more than a decade to develop and will hopefully hit the American market by 2019. So pretty soon, but there has been some criticism right now from a practical point of view, because wearing these contact lenses that darken in bright sunlight would more than likely make you look like some kind of alien invader, vampire creature from a sci-fi movie. So you probably might want to avoid, like, you know, sneaking up on children or going, surprise! That might just scare your neighbors off.
It's pretty cool though.
It's cool. It's cool. I think it's very cool.
Yeah. All right. Well, I don't know if this is cool or weird or. Yeah. Anyways, listen to our next story. Do you remember that guy? All right. That built a rocket to prove that the world is flat. A little while ago, like we heard the story.
Was it this oak?
Yeah, exactly. Well, he's back, all right, and he's finally launched it this past weekend. His name is Mad Mike Hughes, and he's a crazy kind of former limo driver who wanted to prove that the world is not a sphere. Spent years and all of his money on building a rocket to launch himself into the atmosphere with the hopes of taking photos for himself. Okay, he does not believe anything. Now, last year when we reported on the story, He was hoping to launch about 550 meters up, all right? But he had to postpone the event after he failed to get permission to use public land. And on Saturday, he actually took flight and went up a whopping 570 meters.
Amazing.
Wow, that's 20 meters further than he originally hoped. And after reaching this pinnacle, he was ejected from the rocket and landed using a parachute. There was a rather rough landing of that, but paramedics cleared him of any serious injuries, and Hughes walked it off with some minor back pains. Unfortunately, Hughes is yet to prove his theory, but for now, he says he's hanging up his lab coat for a suit jacket as he now plans to run for governor of California.
He's going to run for governor.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, with a...
How do you even try and prove the flat Earth theory? Do you put your rocket horizontal to the horizon and then shoot
also
for the horizon in the ocean and then hope to fall off the edge of the Earth and be like, I told you guys!
But surely 570 meters is not significant enough to see. I'm sure you can see a curve.
When you're a former limo driver, it's significant.
Probably it's significant. Well, if you take that point, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, has your limo launched 570 meters yet?
Dude, I don't know, but he's got back pains now.
Well, he's going to be running for governor.
Certainly some interesting things going on in the world. Now, perhaps you love the Indiana Jones movies, love playing Tomb Raider, or just getting out under the African sun. Well, this next feature is for you. And since we're so preoccupied with our phones and devices already, why not use it to get outside and pursue some adventures?
Geocaching is an awesome outdoor activity. It's pretty much a giant treasure hunt where you search for your treasure using GPS coordinates. It's become a global treasure hunt and its popularity has grown in South Africa. I've never done it before, so let's go geocaching.
These caches can contain any number of curiosities placed by a geocacher in a container somewhere in the world. Once stashed, they pinpoint its location using GPS technology and then share the geocache's existence and location online.
What was it about geocaching that really caught your attention?
For me, it's getting into the outdoors. You know, finding places you didn't know existed. I mean, who would have thought in Joburg you've got this nice little green strip? It's a wonderful thing.
And you've got the two youngsters involved as well. Talk to me about it being a perfect family activity.
Absolutely. It's one of the things that takes us outdoors. Yeah, so there's a number of outdoor activities, but if you want to just go out for a hike and just enjoy nature, the two boys, they love it. Brett, let's go geocaching. Let's take you on the treasure hunt.
Cool, let's go. So what exactly does one need to start geocaching?
So you need a GPS or a cell phone, anything with a GPS device on it. And what you do then is create a free account on geocaching.com, and then you can start searching for geocaches.
So do we need to punch in the GPS coordinates?
So no, what happens is you download these files called GPX files from the website, and those files you pull into your GPS, and then your GPS will populate with geocaches, and you'll be able to see all of them on a map.
So what are we looking for today?
It looks like there's one a couple of 100 meters away in that direction somewhere.
Although you are given the coordinates of your cache, you don't know what the little container will look like, so you need to stay sharp in unfamiliar terrain.
Some of the challenges when you're looking for treasure are when we don't know what it's hidden under or over. The most interesting treasure that I found is one that's been hidden behind a fence. When it was inside, was a tiny little piece of paper.
It's quite awesome not knowing what you're going to find, and then once you discover your treasure, so to speak, trying to work out what's inside the box or what it is, it's quite an awesome surprise.
This worldwide treasure hunt boasts over 14,000 active treasure spots in SA alone, and at least 8,000 young and not so young Indiana Joneses on their trail. Delbert Boertes has discovered 1,500 himself.
Once you've discovered a geocache, can you take it and keep it?
If a geocacher comes and finds it, then they put it back for the next geocacher to come and find. If a person who doesn't know about geocaching finds it, they're called muggles. The term comes from Harry Potter. They can obviously remove it if they don't know what it is or if it looks very suspicious. So generally it should be hidden in such a way that it's not found easily by any muggles, and it's the job of the owner of the cache to come and check that their cache is healthy and hidden properly.
Can anyone just place and hide a geocache?
So generally you should be quite familiar with the game before you start placing caches. So you should have found at least 20. Then once you have an idea, then you can go and place. Because if you just start placing caches everywhere, you can place them badly and then they go missing and you don't maintain them, then it doesn't work very well.
And if people would like to find out more information, where can they go?
They can go to the main website, which is geocaching.com. or they can visit our local website, which is geocachingsa.com.
I think that this activity is perfect for South Africans because in South Africa we have so many great outdoor spots to explore. And what's better than spending a day out in the sun with friends?
It's like Treasure Island meets Raiders of the Lost Ark. A lot of women and girls are members of this worldwide adventure too. And if you're up for it and have a GPS, you're in.
Well, you know what, everyone, if you want to experience the adventures of Kratos and, of course, his son Atreus, then you definitely have to tune in because this is the moment to stand a chance of winning. All you have to do is make sure that you get hold of God of War Collector's Edition for PlayStation 4, valued at 1,999 Rand. Simply head over to our competition post on Facebook and share the most memorable father and son adventure. But also, we know that father and sons don't always get along, but sometimes you just have to put your differences aside and make sure that you pick up that Leviathan axe and take the Norse pantheon to task. Do note that this game does have an age restriction because of the levels of violence, so parental guidance is definitely advised.
Well, we're back with our main man, Gareth Woods, talking all things gaming, and today we're getting lost in the vast and mythical fantasy of Norse mythology, led by Kratos in God of War. Gareth, what's up, my brother?
Whoa, I've given myself quite a challenge here. I'm in the middle of a fight, and you decided to do the intro right now.
Let me tell you, this is very far removed from the last game you and I had spoken
what
about.
is it, Donkey Kong?
Okay, dude, so the latest installment in the God of War series, one of the most anticipated releases as well. First impressions, dude, whilst you're in the middle of that battle.
I'll do my best not to die here, but yeah, I mean, it's Kratos as, you know, the hero of the God of War series, but he's different. I mean, for one, it was always Greek mythology, and now we're in the middle of kind of Norse mythology.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they've changed the game a lot. I mean, it used to be very much a button, and there I go. Now we have a chance to talk.
Okay,
very much a button masher, you know, jump around and killing all sorts of beasts and that.
Yeah.
Now way more, as you see the camera angles behind the shoulder, way more intense. You're on the ground. You've also got your son with you, so it's this kind of father-son game.
That is how does his son, is it Atreus, fit into the storyline?
So
exactly.
Atreus, he's basically your companion through the game, and he's a bit of an archer, you know, throwing arrows and stuff and kind of distracting guys while you're at it.
Yes,
Since I can't use him at the moment.
These things are strong, man.
Yeah, I could have chosen an easier difficulty as well to demonstrate this.
But I think to add to the dramatics of this game and the movement of how you play, I mean, it's incredible.
Yeah, thanks.
So you're obviously getting the duck and dive thing going there.
Yeah, I've decided that trying to go ham on the guy wasn't really working. I need to kind of poke and bob and weave sort of thing.
This is action on another level, man.
Oh, you got me.
No, come on. You can do it, man, you can do it. You're there.
One more hit on him. There we go.
There we go.
Cool. Nice.
So listen, how does this, the latest release build on the previous kind of releases?
Yeah, so we're still learning as to why he is in this area. You know, obviously it's Greek mythology. He shouldn't be here in the snows of Scandinavia. But so still learning that, and obviously even if I found out, I wouldn't want to spoil it for you. But essentially the game so far as well is just deepening his character, because if you've played any other games, he was pretty much this monotypical sort of rage guy, and you know his kind of only strength was, you know, his intense anger and all that stuff. Whereas now, obviously being a father, I don't want to ruin too much about the story, but like other things have happened in his family life, and now you're trying to figure out kind of why he's here, what's going on. All you know is at the moment you're trying to kind of bury or like scatter his wife or his son's mother. You don't know the detail either. It's very much vague at this moment. Ashes on the top of this mountain, and this is your kind of journey to the top.
Well, what a journey.
teaching your son all these lessons and stuff. And yeah, the combat is way intense. It's also very unforgiving at this difficulty. Even these kind of like rather basic bad dudes are posing quite a challenge.
That's it. Well, dude, thank you very much. Good luck.
Thank you.
I suppose. Let us know. What do you make of the latest installment of God of War? If you're a fan of the franchise, if you've been playing it for a while, if you've got your hands on this one, let us know. We'd love to connect with you on our social media pages, on Expresso Morning Show, SABC3, that's Facebook, at Expresso Show on Twitter. And drop us a message, #Expresso Show.
I'm not sure.
That looks cool.
Yeah, very much so. I was about to say, if that didn't give you, like, race your heart, then certainly last night's TIOT8 Elimination Night episode, which made for gripping television, would have done so. And if you missed out on it, then we'll have Lizanne Lazarus of Team Red to give us a blow-by-blow recap of what went down.
Exciting things. And of course, we're also going to spend some time in the kitchen, this time whipping up a creamy vegan cheese sauce. You do not want to miss out on that. We'll see you after the break.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It is a beautiful Tuesday. Happy Tuesday to you. You know why I love Tuesdays, Ewan?
Why do you love
Tuesdays? Because
Tuesdays?
on Tuesdays we can allow our minds to travel on hashtag Travel Tuesday vibes. You let your imagination go. And so today, with it being Garden Month, in case you don't know, during April, the world celebrates Garden Month in honor of what gardens have provided for us as a source of food, locations of leisure and entertainment. They've really contributed quite significantly to human culture. So we've decided to show you our picks of the top 5 most amazing gardens in the world.
Absolutely. There's nothing more soul-enriching than strolling through a beautiful, beautiful, colourful garden. So let's quickly get off. Firstly, the gardens of the Chateau of Versailles, all right? It is Chateau of Versailles is one of the most amazing gardens in the world, without a doubt, covering nearly 2,000 acres. It was designed by gardener André de Notre, or Le Notre, who was commissioned by Louis XIV in 1661. Now, more than 6 million visitors stroll the garden each year, in addition to the meticulous manicured lawns, flowers, and even sculptures. And also beautiful fountains located throughout the garden still use the same network of hydraulics that they did during the ancient regime, which contributed, of course, to making the Garden of Versailles so very unique.
Isn't that where Kim Kardashian got married, at the Palace of Versailles? Close by.
Close by,
yeah, I think
but
so.
beautiful, man.
Beautiful stuff. And then we go over to the Summer Palace in Beijing, which is a vast ensemble, as you can see, of beautiful lakes and gardens and palaces, a beautiful combination of historic pavilions and temples and bridges and hilly landscapes. In fact, so impressive is the Summer Palace is that it was deemed a garden or Chinese landscape garden designer, was given the Masterpiece Award by UNESCO, who then, I guess, promoted it or elevated it to a World Heritage Site for its harmonious collection of outstanding aesthetic value. Look at that. Look at it. It's
Stunning.
Summer Palace in Beijing.
Yeah, let's take a look at another one. The Kenroku-en in Kanazawa is considered to be one of the finest examples of Japanese gardens built over the course of 200 years, starting in the mid-17th century. Now, the spacious garden used to be the outer garden of Kanazawa Castle, and it features a variety of flowering trees which provide the garden with a very different look for each season. Magical, dude. Magical.
Well, if you like the look of cherry blossoms in the spring in the northern hemisphere, then you want to go to the Brooklyn Botanical Gardens, which is a 52-acre garden in the heart of New York City. And it's known for its 200 cherry trees, which make look at that. Make for beautiful and one of the most, the foremost cherry viewing sites outside of Japan, and definitely takes center stage during the month-long blossom festival called Hanami. Look at that picture. You don't even need a filter. Just some good lighting, and then boom.
Look at the
cherry
colours,
blossoms,
man. And just quickly, man, of course, we cannot complete this list without mentioning our very own Kirstenbosch National Botanical Gardens, man. Right here in our own backyard, established in 1913. The garden sits on the slopes, of course, of Table Mountain and dedicated to preserving South African flora. Now, it exhibits plants from a number of different regions, including Savannah, Fynbos, Karoo, and also not forgetting the spectacular proteas that they have there as well.
Yeah, definitely makes my wall garden at home look very minuscule.
Very insignificant.
But there you go. Let your mind travel. It is Travel Tuesday.
Well, it is Travel Tuesday indeed. Now, from the world's most beautiful gardens to solving our mystery city, you know how it works. We're going to give you a couple of clues and you have to guess our city. Now, it's really that easy, and you can share your guesses on Twitter and Facebook with the hashtag Expresso Show. So let the games begin.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, so this morning we're looking for the name of a city in the Czech Republic, and it's known for its architecture, its culture, and its religious heritage. Now, did you know that this city is home to the most splendid clay columns found in Central Europe, the Holy Trinity Column? It is a World Heritage Monument built in the 1700s, and it's unmatched in its Baroque design.
Now, the city is also a 600-year-old, has a 600-year-old astronomical clock, and it's one of the only two in the country. Now, the astronomical clock does more than just tell the time of day. It also tracks the seasons, the position of the sun and the planets, the moon's phase, and which constellations are visible in the night sky. And the city's architecture is rich in history, and this cultural history is demonstrated by the 4 Baroque fountains that grace the upper square of the city, honoring the legendary Roman founder and the themes of his empire ancient mythology.
Absolutely amazing. Now, the city is also home to a number of historical buildings, most notably the Crommeritz Castle and Gardens. Now, the building is a UNESCO World Heritage Site because of the Baroque garden with its neat, formal hedgerows that has hardly been altered since it was first laid out. So it's beautiful, and I think it's just been added to my travel bucket list.
It has to be on your travel bucket list. So if you can figure out where our mystery city is, let us know. Head on over to Facebook and Twitter using that hashtag Expresso Show.
All right, well, I hope that you were tuned in last night at 7:30 for the elimination episode of Tropica Island of Treasure, Maldives. Of course, we saw Team White end their Cinderella fairy tale, which a lot of people couldn't believe, because after last week, one might have thought that Team Red would be going home, but then like a phoenix, they rose out of the ashes, ended up in second place, thus putting them in the grand finale against Team Yellow for next week. But right now, let's quickly chat to Lizanne Lazarus of Team Red, who joins us on the line to give us her take on the experience on the island. Lizanne, great to chat to you. How are you doing this morning?
Hey, our favorite Uncle Slender Trish. How are you, Kat?
Oh, good. Listen, last night had me on the edge of my seat. Even after having been there myself, I was on the edge of my seat. Everyone watching who was commenting on Twitter was on the edges of their seats. Tell me about what was going through your mind and what changed essentially for you guys as Team Red from last week to last night, because a lot of people were expecting you guys to have packed your bags and to be going home.
So I think just before our elimination challenge, we were super nervous. I still remember Brendan and I couldn't sleep that night, and we both WhatsApped each other and we said, we need to have like a group powwow.
Yeah.
So we sat down and we actually just regrouped. We both told each other why we're here. And we found a common ground, which was actually listening to music, which is Brendan's first love anyway. So that's what we did. And actually, when we were doing the Stacking the Cards challenge, Brendan's mom had sent us a song to listen to.
Oh, wow.
And after we had listened to that song, we both really calmed down. And then there was just no helping us after that.
Yeah, and in that dig and pull challenge, I mean, you and Brandon completely dominated there. His leg strength really showed up, and with him going to support Mpande there, just before going into the elimination, that must have been a bit of something to work with in your minds, because after showing support to Team White, you then had to go up against them. So take me through that elimination challenge where you had to play the maze game, and how your communication might have worked better, or not even might, it did work better than Team White's.
So with that challenge, before even when we saw the challenge, Brendan had said, Lizanne, I trusted you rather with the stacking of the cards, and I feel like with this challenge, I just want you to trust me.
Yeah.
So we really grew as partners and as a team, and obviously going into it, we all know that Kanya and Panda are basically the cats with 9 lives.
Yeah.
So we were super nervous. But at the end of the day, we just really went back into the conversation that we had and said, remember why we're here.
Yeah.
And I just decided to trust Brendan, and it worked out for us, and we were really excited.
When you talk about that conversation, when you say you know why you were here, right? So in the very beginning of the competition, would you have ever imagined that you would be in the final against Rudy and Nay?
In all honesty, when I first entered, I was just like, okay, cool. I just don't want to be the first one to go home. That was the whole thing. As long as you're not the first one to go home. But when Brendan chose me as a partner, I actually thought, you know what, we could actually win this. Because then I realized we both basically make up for each other's weaknesses and strengths.
Yeah.
And in our very first conversations as a team, Brendan had said that it'll be Team Coral and Team Yellow, either one up against us in the final.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what happened.
Wow. All right, well, you've been getting a lot of support, so any message for the fans of Team Red out there?
Oh, my goodness. Thank you all so much for the amazing support. I feel so overwhelmed every single day. Just one thing, please stop asking me to ask Brendan to be my boyfriend.
Perhaps they could see some red babies there, but okay. No. Listen, Lizanne, thank you so much. And good luck, of course, for next week. We'll be watching, and hope you're having a great time enjoying the journey so far with Tropical Island of Treasure, Maldives. Great to chat to you.
Oh, and thank you, Kat, for being the most amazing host.
Thanks so much. Stop it. So if you missed last night's emotional elimination episode, then be sure to watch the repeat on Saturday at 3 p.m. on SABC3. Or you can head over to Tropica's YouTube page where you'll find the full episode. And also don't forget that you can stand a chance of winning when you buy a Tropica and follow the entry details on the bottle, because you could stand a chance of winning loot.co.za vouchers to shop online. There's American Tourista luggage, there's Daniel Klein watches, there's airtime, or that grand prize of a Kia Picanto. So make sure that you enter. T's and C's can be found on tropica.co.za.
Thank you so much, Kat. Very exciting indeed. Something else that's rather exciting is the fact that Amy joins us in the kitchen right now.
Hello.
Yes. So a little bit earlier on in our health discussion with Dr. Darren Green, we spoke about food allergies and allergens in particular. And right now, a vegan cheese sauce containing nothing but only the good stuff. No flour, no nuts. And I don't see any cheese.
No, I mean,
Amy,
absolutely not.
I want to see how you're going to pull this together. So you got some with nachos on there?
Yeah, so I mean, I love Mexican food. So as you can see, you've got some beautiful nachos, some guacamole, some salsa, and then a whole lot of raw vegetables.
Okay.
So what we're going to do is make a cheese sauce just with veggies, and we've got some nutritional yeast here, and I want you to give this a little bit of a smell. It's got a bit of a funky kind of interesting, like I want to say, umami smell.
Yeah, it's not a weird smell.
No, it's almost like
nice,
parmesan.
Yeah.
So we use this a lot in vegan cooking to give food that kind of cheesy flavor, like a parmesan flavor. And nutritional yeast is basically deactivated yeast, and it's really good for you because it's a vegan source of vitamin B12, which is really hard for vegans to get.
Diet, yeah.
And then we've got some lovely cayenne pepper and a little bit of garlic onion powder and some salt. And all of these together is going to make our like cheesy, creamy sauce.
Wow.
So what we're going to do is we've got some water boiling over here on the side. We're going to put in 1 chopped potato and 1 carrot.
Okay.
And our potato is what's going to give you that creaminess of the cheese sauce, thank you. And the carrot's going to give it that slight color. I mean, so we're going to have kind of a pale orangey creamy sauce. And
this is interesting. This is very interesting. Okay.
So that would generally cook for about half an hour. So
Yes.
here we've got some cooked veggies already, and we're just going to put these into our blender over here.
All right.
So what we're going to do is just put everything together. Really, it's very easy to make. And we've got a little bit of our leftover boiled water from
Yes.
the veggies, so we're not wasting any water either. So we're just going to put some of that in.
All right.
There we go. And we've got some lemon juice here as well, because you want to just balance that tart with a little bit of the spicy and the kind of umami flavor.
All
Let's
right.
put a little lemon juice in. All of our nutritional yeast over here, this is about a 1/4 cup. And then our spices. Yes. And I love a little bit of cayenne pepper just because I like a bit of hint of heat.
That was a
and
very
salt.
little hint of heat.
I'll put a little bit more.
Thank you. And what is that one?
That's your onion powder and garlic
Okay.
powder mixed together. If you can't find both, that's fine. You can just
Yes.
use your garlic powder, but otherwise just try and find a good spice shop.
Right.
So let's just get this all blitzed up together, a little bit of a shake. We might need to add a bit more water, so just kind of see how it goes when it blends.
Yeah. Wow.
Okay, it looks
Wow,
like
look
queso.
at that. Now the keyword is cheese. SMS that to 33728. That's cheese to 33728. You get hands on your
Wow, just
vegan-friendly
have a look
cheese
at this.
sauce.
So this now looks like a melted cheese sauce, and you can
What
just
on
kind of
earth?
spread that all over your nachos, and it tastes delicious. And it's super healthy, vegan, super allergen friendly. No nuts, no dairy, no flour, no gluten, anything. And there you go.
That is very, very
Serve
interesting.
that with a bit of guacamole
Guacamole.
and a bit of salsa. And then you've got an absolutely awesome 100% vegan, allergen friendly Mexican nachos.
How is that? I must be honest, I was a little bit doubting you. I would say. And I don't normally doubt you. After all this time, this morning, I was like, you know what, Amy, this one, I don't know. Listen, very, very cool. The keyword is cheese. SMS that to 33728. You want to get your hands on this very cool vegan-friendly cheese sauce recipe. It will be on our website as well, expressoshow.com. Amy's loving this right now. She's like, I taught him something. Yes, finally. She'll be back in the kitchen in just a bit.
Get
That
your
is
calendar
so
out
funny.
right now and save this date, Thursday, the 26th of April, because that's the day that you can help to make a difference. Now, Expresso, in partnership with Clover, will be hosting a telethon in aid of CHOC Childhood Cancer Foundation South Africa. And you can call in, you can chat to some of our celebrity guests, and you can also make a very important donation. Now, all the funds raised will go towards building a new Clover NutriKids CHOC home, which will offer accommodation and support to families and children battling cancer. So remember to join us right here on Expresso on Thursday, the 26th of April, and help us and Clover do great things for those battling childhood cancer.
Well, we're taking a quick break on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. When we get back, JP Sebastian's with us as we talk movie news, and Amy is staying with us in the kitchen as she whips up a poached egg and grilled veggies dish. Perfect for lunch or dinner, so don't go anywhere. We'll see you after the break.
Win a trip to New York City worth 150,000 Rand. South Africa's #1 cream cheese, Lancewood, is on the hunt for the nation's #1 cake. To bake it all the way to the Big Apple, upload a picture of your cake with a Lancewood product used to lancewoodcakeoff.co.za. 3 finalists will make it through to our live cake-off on Expresso Show. 1 will impress celebrity judges Zola Nene, Jay Something and Lorna Maseko, and make it all the way to New York. Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's Expresso right here on SABC3. Time for us to catch up with some movie news with none other than JP Sebastian. How you doing, Japes?
I am trying to keep my spirits and my energy up.
Why? Because we're talking about Nicolas Cage?
Yeah, you kind of have to. Although it's hard to match that energy, and I think that Hollywood is going to be a lot less productive.
Even
and
he needs to keep his energy up.
A lot more. It does look like that in that photo. But that sad face is probably because he said that in the next 3 or 4 years he'd like to retire from acting.
I thought he was retired.
Yeah, well, you know these actors. It's like you've got to retire five times
we
before.
give you... You can retire
But
now.
at which point did you think that he retired? Because this is a guy who, in 2018, made 6 films. On average, for the past decade, has made 4 per year. He's a very busy guy.
Well, the last one that I enjoyed was Face Off and what's the other one? Con Air. That was in, what, 2007?
There are over 90 you can choose from, so you're going to have to sit here for a while.
Even earlier than that, 1997, I think.
And I'm not even just thumb-sucking a number there. The dude's made over 90 movies. And,
but he can take a break now. He's done well.
Well, he wants to move on to directing, so good for him. I hope that he finds like an interest in style there and whatever, and hopefully it's as weird as some of the decisions he's made as an actor.
Talking about weird, James Cameron's been in the news for some comments that he's made about Avengers.
And you're already like pursing your lips at this.
Like,
you don't
tell us what's happening so I can give you my 2 cents.
So the guy says that he's a fan of the superhero movies, of course, like anyone else, but he feels like he hopes that the world hits a bit of a wall, that we all get Avengers fatigue.
Okay.
And his reason being, he's like, he'd love other stories to be told.
Like his stories.
Perhaps. I mean,
because the last one he made was the Blue People, Avatar.
Blue People is as good a description as it deserves. And he has about 4 more planned.
Oh, wow.
Until 2025.
So isn't he worried we're going to get Avatar fatigue?
Yeah, so I think he'd rather you forget this point that he made in 2018 by the time the 4th one comes out in 2024.
What he's trying to do is he's afraid that the Avengers stories are going to crush his story, so he wants them to be out the way so that Avatar has the floor.
There's a chance, but to be fair, to play devil's advocate, I think he's got some interesting points. He's like, so sure, Guardians of the Galaxy is fun. He raises an example where you're just watching swashbuckling in space and whatever. But a lot of sci-fi, the way it used to talk about things is, what are our politics with technology? How do we interrelate with it? There's not so much these dimensions in the superhero movies, but that's not to say that they're bad or good neither.
I say don't focus on what other people are doing. Do you, boo. Do you.
Yes.
And then, of course...
multi-billionaire who's got no problems doing what he likes.
We can't wait for Avengers. It's coming out really soon, so that's going to take the world by storm.
Yeah, that's this Friday, actually.
Oh, can't wait. And then, of course, Jurassic World. This is the how manyth one? In the Jurassic Park franchise, but the second one in the World franchise.
I think it's 4th.
No, the 4th. Jurassic World, second movie.
Yeah. Well, second movie in the world. Yes. Thank you.
That's what I said.
This has become a weird lecture on linguistics.
Okay, but why? Why would they make Jurassic World 2? What is the situation?
For one, why not? I mean, but you better hope that it's at least very different from previous ones. And from what we can see from the trailer, it's... which has just been released. This was like 4 days ago. It looks like it might be quite familiar to what we remember, but there's obviously going to be aspects of it that's going to be slightly different. They're returning to the island this time. Why would you make that decision? I'm not sure. Aside from the fact that there's a volcano that's about to erupt, so they're worried about a second extinction. And I'd say maybe take a hint from nature.
I think Mother Nature's trying to tell them something.
But so he gets sent back, Chris Pratt and Jessica Chastain, to what is now an island governed by the dinosaurs. And obviously the ulterior motives in the team that are sending them back, who want to use these dinosaurs for military reasons, possibly. And then also the fact that there might not be just this one island with the dinosaurs and other engineers of dinosaur technology, if you want to call them that.
Enter Jurassic World 3.
The park is gone. Do they enter the rest of the world? I'm relatively excited.
Okay. Well, I am. It's going to be fantastic. Epic movies. Thank you so much, JP Sebastian, for keeping us updated as what's going to happen in the world of movies. Avengers this Friday.
Feel bad for T-Rex's tiny arms.
I'm excited for it, man. I love a good Jurassic Park and our Jurassic World movie, but something less scary right now. Amy Hopkins, she's back with us, our foodie expert and health foodie expert like that. She's going to share her recipe for poached fish and to show you how easy it is and also quick it is to prepare. So we've got your dinner plan sorted, so don't go anywhere. Amy, lucky to have you back once again. Fresh stuff, I like it. We like seeing fresh stuff.
Absolutely. So we've got some lovely leeks over here. We've got some thyme. We've got a beautiful piece of salmon. And this is a recipe I have to actually
it takes me back to when I was little and my gran used to poach fish. And I always thought that's such a weird way to do things. But the fish always turn out so soft and beautiful. And you can really take any kind of fish you have. So hake is beautiful like this as well. Kind of a strong, firm flesh fish is great to use with the poached milk. You can do olive oil as well if you'd like to just try something different. But what we're going to do quite simply is just pour some milk.
You do your thing.
Let me move over and take over here.
You do your thing.
We're going to just pour some milk into a heated pot.
All right.
And then just so it covers the bottom and enough to cover some of the fish. And we're going to take our leeks and just kind of put those guys in so that they infuse into the milk and the flavor really starts cooking in there. And then we've got our thyme, which also gives that beautiful flavor to the fish. You can use a variety of herbs for this. You could use, for example, rosemary if you like. And then we've got some garlic. I mean, garlic's so good for you, and I just love a bit of garlic as well. Fish goes well together perfectly. A little bit of salt. And what you do is just leave this to poach and infuse for about 5 minutes before adding your fish. But what we're going to do is just put our fish in straight away.
Right.
So
you want it to kind of
you kind of want it to infuse slightly already yes, exactly. So it'll soften the leeks as well as just get all those flavors together. We're just going to put our beautiful piece of salmon in over here. So here we go.
So we're going with the salmon. If you want to have your hands on the recipe, very easy. SMS the keyword fish to 33728. That's fish to 33728. And we'll gladly send you everything you need to know.
So what you would just do is poach this for a few minutes now, kind of seal that off. But what we've got over here is a ready-made
Of course we
version.
have. Let's swap it around there quickly.
There. So as you can see, our leeks are beautifully soft, and we're going to have that with our beautiful grilled veggies and potatoes. So this is a perfectly easy weeknight meal. So I'm just going to grab the plate over here and plate up.
So what you have here, you get some potatoes, some baby
grilled
courgettes,
veggies. I mean, I love having grilled courgettes and peppers with fish. I think it's such a beautiful combination. You could also do a salad, but as things are getting colder, I'm all about those warm veggies. So what we're going to do is just fish our fish out.
Fish for the fish. The fishing never ends. Okay.
So here, as you can see, our salmon is that beautiful soft pink color. I'm just going to put that lightly over there with some of our extra beautiful grilled leeks because you just don't want to waste those guys. They are delicious. There we go.
Look at that.
And you can almost put them over those potatoes as well, just to add a little bit of that flavor.
Yeah, the flavor will be obviously in the milk now.
Exactly. How stunning is this?
Wow.
Super quick, super easy. And I know a lot of friends of mine always say to me, Ames, they love the idea of fish, but they struggle to cook it, or they're nervous of cooking fish. They're going to overcook it. This way, it's super, super easy. You don't have to worry about frying and the heat and everything.
All the moisture is there already. You're not going to cook it out.
And it's not going to be dry. It's a gorgeous, simple way to cook fish.
Brilliant, Amy. Wow.
There you go. Done and dusted.
Two great recipes.
One little time.
One little time. It'll take you no time to make this. Indeed. SMS the keyword fish to 33728. It'll be on our website as well. Expressoshow.com a little bit later on.
As well.
Perfect. Dinner sorted.
Clover Fresh Milk is the #1 milk brand in SA, made with love by Clover.
Now, the second leg of the 2018 Decorex SA, Africa's premier decor, design and lifestyle exhibition, is coming to Cape Town from the 27th of April to the 1st of May. With the Durban exhibition having been such a great success taking place last month, Cape Townians can now expect a myriad of highlights, including the latest trends in furniture, outdoor living, lighting, bathroom, food, wine and architecture.
Yes, please. Now, the decor and design industry's leading and most trusted brand was founded in 1994, and it continues to play a really pivotal role in shaping the industry. Fans of Expresso, Afternoon Express and Win a Home will be glad to know that the design winners of last season's Win a Home Abia Superstar, Mahlatse and Brad Muttet, will be designing 3 bathrooms throughout the exhibition.
Exciting stuff. Now, here's the really exciting news, the fact that we as Expresso are giving you the chance to have a Decorex SA play a pivotal role in your life, because we're giving away 3 double tickets to the Cape Town leg of the Expo, and all you have to do is answer this very simple question. You might have heard the answer earlier on. Which year was the decor and design industry's leading and most trusted brand founded? Now, if you know that correct answer, SMS SMS the keyword Decorex and your answer to 33728.
That's right. The competition closes on Wednesday, the 25th of April, tomorrow at 4 p.m. And remember, free SMSs do not apply. T's and C's can be found on our website, expressoshow.com.
Note, we're going to take a quick break. Don't go anywhere. We'll see you in just a bit.
For kids fighting a battle against cancer, even a little goes such a long way.
show them that, hey, we're here with you. Join us on Expresso Thursday the 26th of April for our special telethon to help secure the next Clover NutriKids Choc Home. All funds raised go towards a brand new Choc House, there for families and children bravely fighting cancer. So, join the Expresso Telethon April 26th from 6:30 to 9 a.m. on SABC3. The stage is yours.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's Expresso right here on SABC3. Before we close off the show, we have to share this amazing competition one more time. Now, if you want to experience the adventures of Kratos and his son Atreus for yourself, then this is your moment to stand a chance of winning God of War Collector's Edition for PlayStation 4, valued at 1,999 Rand. Simply head over to our competition post on Facebook and share the most memorable father and son adventure that you've experienced. Now, the competition closes on Sunday night, and T's and C's can be found on expressoshow.com. Good luck.
Looks super cool.
It is a cool game, man. Cool. It is a cool game, yeah. I could see Gareth focusing while I was chatting to him earlier. On
Kratos.
Nice.
Kratos. Listen, thank you very much for joining us. It was a great Tuesday. Winter Soups, that's on the show tomorrow. And who else? Well, Jenny Morris. Guys, when was the last time she was on the show? Jenny Morris herself.
Oh, wow.
She's coming back on the show. She's making
soups?
a pea green soup for us.
That
Yes.
sounds delicious.
Perfect.
I'm coming hungry tomorrow morning. And then, of course, also parenting advice, and this time dealing with your kids and pets in the home. So also teaching them responsibility. That's all coming up tomorrow.
That's it. We've also spoken about Coachella, our celebrities enjoying themselves there, but we're talking Coachella fashion with Nick Strelitz.
Nick Strelitz, everybody.
That's going to be fun.
Yes.
I always look forward.
Real
I look
FOMO.
forward to the fashion chats, man, with Nick in there.
Absolutely.
Nick's amazing.
Listen, and also do make sure that you join us live on Facebook just now, because Roan Ash is about to give us another live performance. So just after 9 o'clock, we'll be going.
I'm super excited, guys.
Hey?
His music is amazing, and I heard it yesterday on the radio for the first time. So I was like, who is this artist? And I streamed his music, and I had no idea he was going to be here today.
Yeah, and also
Cool.
Thursday, this coming Thursday, a very, very important initiative that we're helping support. The Choc Telethon will be live on Expresso all throughout our broadcast from 6:30 until 9. So get your wallets ready, get your phones ready to give us a call and donate to this very, very worthy
We're
cause.
also going to have celebrity guests here as well, so that's going to be fantastic.
And a lot of people will be paying by Thursday because it's a long weekend. The 25th is coming up tomorrow. The 27th
Must
is on a
be
public
nice.
holiday. So you'll be paid by Wednesday.
Listen to Minister of Finances here. Our friends
You'll
with
have money.
And SAFM is going to be in the house as well. Have we had them here before? No.
We have had SAFM,
Okay, cool.
yeah,
Well, they're
yeah.
going to be here, and it's going to be absolutely amazing. Thank you, South Africa, for making our morning so worthwhile and so awesome. And of course, we get to do it again tomorrow.
That's right. Absolutely. Well, that's the
Love
countdown. 6,
No,
5,
I'll say we love you.
4,
Love your kisses.
3,
Mwah.
2, 1.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Expresso Morning Show, made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.